your host, Angela Stribling, and you're watching BEYA TV. Over the next few days, you will be inspired, informed, and invigorated. There are seminars, workshops, a career fair, mentoring, and leadership development and training. Whether you're in K through 12 or a college student, in the corporate sector, or a proud member of our military services, this STEM event promises to have something for everyone. In order to maximize the BEYA experience, make sure you refer to your conference guide. It was designed to assist you with vital information regarding times and locations and all the happenings over the next few days. It's your ultimate resource guide. We also have a mobile app. If you have an iPhone or iPad, open this link on your iPhone. When the browser window opens on your phone, click on the square box with the arrow coming out, or the plus sign. It will bring up a list of options. Click on the Add to Home screen, and it will create an app button on your screen where there is free space. If you have an Android, open up this link and bookmark the page you want to add to a home screen. Open the browser Bookmarks screen. Then, long press the bookmark you want and select Add to Home screen. Today's events include seminars, a career fair, workshops, and 3 major events. You can also visit the BEYA website at beya.org for BEYA Radio and BEYA TV. So whether you're watching in your hotel room or on the internet, stay tuned for more BEYA TV.
This event is more than just a recognition awards. This event is about keeping our country strong. I'm Tyrone Taborn. I am the co-chair and founder of the BEYA Experience. Dr. Eugene DeLoach, Lucius Walker from Howard University, and I sat down on the Beltway. And the question in front of us was, how do we keep our nation strong? How do we ensure that America maintains the global presence that our great nation has? And it was clear to us, our country could only be strong if we involved all of our citizens in the opportunity of science, technology, engineering, and math. But far too many of our young people didn't have that opportunity. So we came up with this concept: expose young people to people who are actually doing the science, technology, engineering, and math. Get them excited, get them fired up. If we could put a role model in front of our young people, we knew we could create a pipeline that this country could rely on. It's been us, it's been you. And we have made a big difference. So I'm encouraging you to take advantage of the BEYA experience. I'm encouraging you to participate in the fantastic professional development seminars. I'm encouraging you to reach out to our young students in K through 12 programs. I'm encouraging you to mentor the many college students who are attending from our historically black colleges and universities. I hope you take as much from the BEYA experience, but more importantly, I hope you give back just as much. When you pass that young person in the exhibit hall, in the seminar room, at the dean's breakfast, reach out and let that young person know that the future is within their grasp. Let them know that anything is possible. Enjoy the conference, because this is the BEYA experience, becoming everything that you are.
My name is Alex Hicks. I'm a manufacturing CIE.
Blair Parker, the plant process leader for show vehicles and press events.
My name is Kira Riddick, and my title is Design Responsible, DR, for the electrical engineering community at Chrysler. 3rd grade math class. I knew that engineering and science and math was my thing.
In college, after working and completing my first group project, I knew I wanted to be in automotive at that point.
My father is my greatest inspiration to be an engineer. He always took time out of his busy schedule to pull me aside, pop the hood, and show me how things work.
I would say if you want a really rewarding job that, once again, you get real-time, real feedback from your family members, friends, customers, come to the automotive industry. You see your products on the street, in your commute every day. It's really rewarding.
The one thing about the automotive industry is that you can touch and feel your creations, your innovations on a daily basis.
The automotive industry is vast. If you like the type of environment where you'll be challenged every day and can bring your A game, this is the place for you.
Everyone has a story to tell, and that's what's great about Chrysler.
My best BEYA moment, unequivocally, was the year that the Navy had it. And it was watching all of those junior officers, the junior ones that were the admiral's aides, or we call them the loop, and that they were getting their bosses in and thinking, although they didn't say it, but thinking, I could do that one day. I can be an admiral, and I can be at that Stars and Stripes.
There's no question in my mind when I received the recognition as the Black Engineer of the Year government back in 1988. When I went up on stage to receive the award, they played the Star Spangled Banner. It was a surprise to me. I had no idea they were going to do that. And for me, that music causes a resonance in my body. It just, it creates such an energy with me. And I was in uniform that night and receiving this award and recognizing that that award was not for me personally, but recognizing what I had done in service to the country. And coupling that with the resonance of the Star Spangled Banner was just the most memorable, one of the most memorable times in my life.
When I think of my best BEYA moments, I think of three things. I think of the first time that I was actually engaged in the program, and that was back in 1999. And I had been at the program in '96 when Charlie Bolden got his award. And then I was engaged, and I actually saw the awardees, and I met the awardees, and I was so impressed with all of the awardees doing great things. In '96, I don't think many people thought about black astronauts. And Charlie Bolden, of course, was one of the original first group of black astronauts, and he got the BEYA Award for Career Achievement. And I just thought, wow, this is really very impressive. And then, you know, that was almost 20 years ago. And so, you know, flash forward to 2006, and I was recognized as the Black Engineer of the Year. I mean, there is no greater honor than to be recognized by your peers for an award in front of your peers and sharing the stage with many of your African American peers. I've received many awards over the years for the work that I do, but none was more special than the Black Engineer of the Year.
In our tribute to Freeman Robrowski, we want you to meet a young man who has worked against the odds and came out on top. Mario Bonds is a professionally trained singer who can dance, act, play the piano, and guitar.
A George Mason University grad, was one of 50,000 people nationwide who auditioned for the second season of Oxygen Network's popular Glee project. Well, he made it into the final 14 and ultimately performed in 7 televised episodes.
Baby, I was born this way. Hey, ooh, there ain't no other way. Baby, I was born this way. On the right track, baby,
I'm hella talented. I will sing and dance my blind way into Glee.
Ladies and gentlemen, here with his own special message to our 2013 Black Engineer of the Year is Mario Bonds.
Yes, you heard right. I am totally blind. I had lost my vision to a degenerative condition when I was 9 years old. But that hasn't stopped me from challenging myself to take on what I want and need to do. I can memorize whatever someone teaches me. What I would do is touch the person's feet or touch their legs or touch their arms so that I can get a mental picture in my head of what my body is supposed to be doing at a given part of the song.
So your arm is kind of like as if it's turning.
Yes, and my arm is going down, I'm going down.
There's no other way when it comes to the truth. Just keep holding on.
After watching that clip from the Glee Project, in case you were wondering how does he learn dance routines, that's exactly what I do. I touch someone's feet, legs, and arms to determine what I should be doing, then I do it. But more importantly, how do I do my life each day? For that, I rely on the brilliance of technology, thanks to the contributions of many of you in this room. Not only has the world been shocked by a blind person who is beating odds and who can dance, I am a proud product of what technology can do. Take a look at what technology is doing in my life. With apps that can identify money, color, scan and read documents, my popular friend, the iPhone, hail to Apple, has shown me a whole new world of independence and accessibility. There are two softwares that convert text to speech that have changed my life. Jobs Access with Speech, nicknamed JAWS on the PC platform, and VoiceOver on the iOS platform have allowed me to perform some interesting jobs before Hollywood came calling. Imagine managing a full-scale technology help desk, training and troubleshooting people with a computer, reading menus and recipes, surfing the web, emailing, word processing, and more, all with your eyes closed. Possible? Yes.
Username DH. Password sign in. 23% loaded. Data blast. Video needed. Hi Mario, in preparation for your upcoming concert, please send us the video you did with Fox TV News.
Editing my own video.
Duration 1.6 seconds.
Start at the top here, so I'll paste this music track
Paste.
over it. Let me see.
Leaving! Color ID2.
My red coat.
Published black. Very deep red.
Very deep red. Sydney, come on, puppy, we're leaving. You gotta go, Sydney. The iPhone's gonna read a yogurt milkshake recipe to me.
Scanning. Evaluating. 14%. All results complete. 1 cup. 8 ounces. Breeders' plain beyond 1 cup sliced strawberries.
The iPhone allows me to count my own money.
$5.
You see, just like our Black Engineer of the Year, Freeman Rabowski, I believe we can have no limits placed on us. Just like you, sir, I believe anything is possible. Just like you, I believe that I have the power. So I dedicate this song to a man who is a champion in the truest sense of the word because he helps others become champion. Yes, this is the moment. This is your moment, sir. This is the moment. This is the day when I send all my doubts and fears on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever, they're coming into play. It's here and now today. This is the moment. This is my time when my momentum and my purpose are in rhyme.
Well, I have this moment, this precious chance to gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of my dreaming, thinking and hoping becomes one. This is my day. Yes, I see it sparkle and shine when all I live for becomes mine. For all these years, a champion has grown, and now the time has come to prove to them you can't make it all alone. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckoned, I never reckoned second best. But I won't look down, no, I must not fall. For this is the moment, the sweetest moment of them all. This is the moment, tell all the odds, say this day or never, I'll sit forever with the stars. When I look back, best believe I will always recall my moment for a moment. This was the moment, the greatest moment of them all.
I've often been told that attending BEYA is like attending the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry. It's just so large and so much to do. Where do you begin? The upcoming schedule of events exists to help you navigate your way through BEYA. Whether you want to take your child to our K-12 program, or whether you are a young professional who wants to participate in many of the professional development seminars, or if you're a student looking for an internship, to make your journey easier, we have put together a schedule of events. So pay close attention to the schedule of events and pick those activities that best support your professional and personal development. I'm looking forward to seeing you at many of the BEYA events, becoming everything that you are.
General Dynamics has proven the strength of its diverse portfolio and has established itself as a global leader in business aviation, combat systems, shipbuilding, and mission-critical information systems and technology. General Dynamics endeavors to deliver the highest quality products and services and to foster a culture of continuous improvement, innovation, and integrity across its 4 business groups.
"100 years ago, There were 141 miles of paved roads in the U.S. The Eiffel Tower was the world's tallest building. Aircraft flew at 30 miles per hour, but not for long. In a rented Santa Ana church, a dreamer went to work, bringing an innovative aircraft design to life. And two mechanics started building seaplanes out of a Santa Barbara garage. These pioneers blazed a trail that would change aerospace and our lives forever. The companies they founded paved the way for a century of unprecedented change. But one thing has always been constant: commitment to continuously push the boundaries of technology and serve the cause of freedom and global security. A commitment embodied for 100 years by the men and women of Lockheed Martin. From World War to Cold War to War on Terror, from the industrial age to the information age, we've helped America and allied nations rise to the challenge of tomorrow. With breakthrough performance and game-changing innovations. We've continued our legacy of building revolutionary aircraft that have always given our forces a decisive edge. We help power the space race, furthering the reach of science and igniting the imaginations of generations. We put eyes in the sky to provide intelligence, monitor the environment, witness the birth of stars, and detect the faint echo of the Big Bang. We've innovated breakthrough technologies to train, protect, and equip frontline forces on the ground, in the air, and at sea. And we've harnessed the power of ones and zeros to serve ever-changing government missions. Today, as the very definition of global security expands, as governments seek to better serve the needs of citizens, the men and women of Lockheed Martin continue to answer the call. United by an unwavering sense of purpose, we're ready for the next mission. And the next. And the next. We know that the velocity of change will continue to be a challenge we will continue to embrace in our next 100 years of accelerating tomorrow.
My best BEYA moment, I think, would have to be a year ago, where I was actually an award winner, winning the Black Engineer of the Year award in the government sector for some of the work that I've done over my career. And just, I felt so special receiving that award and having just over 1,000 people probably in the audience, including my wife and just my other colleagues, to be able to share that moment with me.
My best BEYA moments probably happened not in an instant, right? It's over a period of time. And so I remember the first time I went to BEYA, I remember watching, I don't take this the wrong way, but kids actually going through the seminars and learning and getting development from, you know, the people that were teaching the courses and content. And I look up 8-10 years later, and those same people that were getting developed are now actually leading the conferences. And then remember having a conversation with that individual when he was getting out of college and looking at them today. And that's probably my best moment, which, like I said, didn't happen in that one particular time, but over kind of years of time. So, best experience.
I believe it was the following year, 2008, is when I was fortunate enough to make the cover of the magazine. Sometimes, you know, you wonder if you're worthy to be on the cover. So I was honored.
You know, BEYA is a mission of love. We came together because we cared about our country. We cared about our communities, and we wanted to do something.
A BEYA experience for me is one in which you have the opportunity to communicate with, to talk to work with, to be around people who have similar values, who recognize how important STEM careers are, who will be or are the foundation for the next generation of Americans who will be able to go further and farther than any of us. And it's our job to make sure that that happens. And it happens by being good role models, whether you are a role model as a student, a role model as a professor, a role model as the Black Engineer of the Year.
The BEYA experience is an awesome experience. When I look out and I see the number of youth that are involved in the program, I only wish that when I was coming up, would have been introduced to science, technology, engineering, and math in a K through 12 program. For my son and daughter have now been introduced through BEYA, through the magazines, as well as through school, getting introduced to math, engineering, and science, and now they can see firsthand some of the role models that are actually doing the things that they can dream of doing in the future.
For the young children, watching them with their robotics, or watching the college students at the college night banquet and getting the opportunity to cheer for their own alma mater, or whether it's a more senior officer getting the opportunity to mentor those coming behind them. And in most cases, what really stands out is watching the officers, the senior officer, get mentored by the young people. Watching that aha moment when the young person asks the question that stumps them, that they have to really take a step back and realize what value we have in our youth today. So the BEYA experience is a one-stop shopping for me. I can take anybody, any age, and everybody is going to walk away leaving there better than they went there.
The BEYA experience, becoming everything you are.
My best BEYA moment, I believe it came last year, and it was right after the Stars and Stripes mentorship program session, which was a 2-hour session in Philadelphia. And the Commandant of the Marine Corps, General Amos, came up to me, and he looked me in the eye and he said, "Andy, I really like what you guys are doing with the mentorship program. And next year, my friend, I am going to be a mentor." And when the Commandant of the Marine Corps, 4-star General Amos, said that to me, I felt that we were making a difference.
There have been many moments over the years that are obviously always going to be sealed in my memory. Of course, the night that I was Black Engineer, I think seeing my daughter's face, knowing that, maybe being a scientist wasn't really such a bad thing after all, and that there is, really something that Mom did, and she did it right. So that was a great night. Another really great night for me was when Linda Gooden was announced as Black Engineer of the Year. Being the third woman and also my friend, it was terrific. Do I sound like I have a female thing going? And that's because I do, because the next big one was the night that Dr. Wanda Austin was named Black Engineer of the Year, and I had a chance to introduce her, and that will stay in my mind for a long time.
My best BEYA moment was the first time I went to BEYA, and my best BEYA moment was the last time I was there. And I actually look forward to this event because for me it's kind of a way of renewing my commitment to diversity, inclusion, and the advancement of all people, regardless of their experience or background. So it is, I really do look forward to BEYA. It's one of excitement, it's one of pride, it's one of being able to discover new people. It's a great opportunity to meet people, to share with others your experiences, your challenges, be able to recognize and reward those individuals who have made the sacrifices, gone and persevered in the face of difficult odds, and really then ultimately make a difference.
When Dr. John Slaughter told his high school counselors and coaches he wanted to become an engineer, they laughed. Today, he holds bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees in electrical engineering, along with 18 honorary degrees from major universities. He began his career as an electronic engineer, but his focus has always been on higher education. In 1982, he became the first African-American chancellor of the 38,000-student campus at the University of Maryland at College Park. Following in the footsteps of pioneering educators like Mary McLeod Bethune and Booker T. Washington, Slaughter has overcome constant adversity in his efforts to increase the roles of African Americans in higher education.
It's extremely exciting. It's very difficult to separate and tease out the things that have been very powerful. But I'm looking at now the growth of BEYA. When we had our early Dean's breakfasts that we have now highlighted on Saturday morning, we had that first Dean's breakfast. I mean, it was in a room that was probably had 10 tables in there and 10 people per table, so maybe we had 100 people. I mean, you know, it's always an empty chair or two. I remember that very, very distinctly. And now when I look out over 1,000+ students and others in the room in a Dean's breakfast, it's just, it just overwhelms you in a bit. And that's on an early Saturday morning where we get those kinds of people out. When you really sum it all up, what it's about is really, in a way, nation building. It's about taking the rightful place in these United States, in building a capacity for our country to continue to be a contributor on the world scene in the progress that we need in terms of bettering people's lives. And that's what engineering does. It does, in fact, build the constructs that better our people's lives.
I am just filled with excitement. Let me tell you why. One, you're gonna look around today and you're gonna see all of these young high school, middle school kids that are at the conference. We're exposing them to science, technology, engineering, and math. And these young people are getting fired up. And I guarantee you, in the next 10 years, they will be the people that you're trying to hire.
Well, in addition to all of the wonderful opportunities that BEYA provides, I think the greatest moments for anybody that's coming there is the opportunity to cultivate relationships. I recommend to everybody to walk away knowing 50 people that you didn't know when you got there. When you arrive, you need to put your eyes on someone and find a mentor and find a variety of mentors. Look for the person that's smart. Look for the person that dressed for success. Look for the person that had some challenges and were able to overcome them. Look for the person that you want to be and find out what it is that they had to do to get there.
I would recommend that anyone that attends the BEYA conference, in order to get the most out of it, you need to have your business cards, you need to network, get names of people. Nowhere else will you be able to get so many high-level people that are involved in the STEM community to come in and be able to share of themselves during the 3 days at the BEYA conference.
For young people in particular, especially the students, you have a chance to enter and see what the industry is offering as positions. You should have a handful of resumes because you can walk around and talk to the recruiters from some of the best companies in the country.
Try to find and connect with 2 or 3 people, real people, that they can develop a relationship with that evening. I think it'd be very important. If you're sitting in a room, your hotel room, checking in, or it's the first night of the event, grab your magazine and read and memorize the people in that magazine, so when you see them on the floor, you see the president of company X, or when you see a young student who's been selected as the most promising engineer, stop and spend a moment with that person, make a connection, and build a community with them that you can count on communicating with this person at some point downstream. You will benefit for the rest of your life from having made that connection.